Spain able to win on Sunday, we'll get to see her again even next week. But that's a stretch. Let me don't think so far and jump out myself. But the ambassador is having a time. Well done to Spain and all the fans of Spanish football, the La Liga, the brand, the legacy that is Spanish football. They have a system, and the system seems to work on all levels, from the women's team to the under-17s, the under-20s, and to the senior team. What a system. All right, and we're seeing SCA top performers set for setting their heights, but setting their sights on following in sister's footstep, and that is a top performer there, Samara. Well done, Samara. Well done. So, we're coming back. We're going to treat with some of the major talking points, the threats against public officials. Well, very important conversation next as we get the ball rolling on this Wednesday morning. See you soon.
Step into ABC Doors and Windows, where quality meets variety. Discover premium wooden, steel panel, fiberglass, and steel security doors alongside aluminum, UPVC, and steel windows designed for strength and durability. At ABC, we're always a better choice, delivering products built to last and service you can rely on. Visit our showroom at 1 Chanka Trace, El Socorro South, or call 638-7184 to make your dream home a reality.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Parents will do it. They'll go to work, have a day, bro, and come on and take that stress out on you.
Welcome to another episode of Manhood.
Everybody will do what they need to do to get what they want.
And if they can't fit in to the norms, then what they have to do? They're surviving.
Not everybody wants to kill me because I might be all kind of thing, but I think I'm a good person.
The aspect of a mentor seeing something in you that you can't see in yourself.
Check yourself, because you shaped that generation.
Are we losing in many ways the values?
Since I have this Parkinson's diagnosis, there's a group, a very small group, type group, who will always look after me.
For me, people matter most. It's the same if you hail from Moruga, where I'm from, Mount Irvin, Scarborough, or Port of Spain. As a journalist, I'm focused on building that connection between Trinidad, the region, and the world. Most importantly, I want always to use my voice as a powerful weapon to break down barriers wherever they exist. This is why we are where you are.
Former Attorney General and friend of the program, Garvin Nicholas, joins me live on set this morning to deal and treat with a very important talking point, threats against public officials. You would have, through your tremendous career, been in the public domain via your role as ambassador, Attorney General. You would have been in the politics. So you, I think, could guide myself and the audience on what comes with the territory and how, in this modern time, because times have changed and times are ever changing and we have to move and change with the times, how do we treat with these threats if this particular approach of disclosure is one that can work, and basically just the climate of the country and the politics at this point in time. So Garvin, great to have you. Thanks for taking the time to spend the morning with myself and the audience.
First of all, good morning, Jason.
Yes.
Good morning to your viewing audience and your listening audience. And thank you for having me on this morning. You're right. In fact, I started in politics and local government, and at a very young age.
Which, in a way, too, with local government, we all know you're dealing with groundsmen.
Correct.
So with local now, that in itself, too, comes with a level of exposure, and people will come at you very, very industrial, as we might say, to get things done.
Yes. And I was at the age of 24 when I entered the politics.
Wow. Okay, very young.
So my parents actually were concerned. And of course, all of those things would have been discussed. Moving swiftly ahead, in terms of people getting into politics, the environment has certainly changed significantly from when I entered politics. I didn't feel in any way really threatened. But of course, the authorities would have always had the intelligence required to deal with security threats. Now, in Trinidad and Tobago, the special branch are the ones charged with the responsibility for protecting members of parliament or political figures or diplomatic figures and the like. There are varying threat assessments that are made, and it is based on that security is provided. So normally, the key officers, the President, the Chief Justice, the Prime Minister, the Attorney General, Minister of National Security, the Police Commissioner, judges, and of course the more senior the judge, the more important in terms of security. So these are standard. It isn't normal, for example, that every member of parliament would be given a security detail or anything like that. And certainly lower down the rank, certainly not, right? The utterances in the domain, the public domain, in recent times, I've seen come from the Minister of Public Utilities saying that there was a threat made against his life, and more recently, the Commissioner of Police. Now,
rural development too, I believe Khadija Amin would have been threatened too. But you see, I recognize. I mean,
so let me finish the point. These offices. I mean, there would be threats made, there would be things said about them privately or publicly that may cause concern. But one, in Trinidad and Tobago, we don't have a history of going after public figures in that way, to kill, to hurt, to maim. It's usually a war of words, right? Now, again, if it is that I was serving as Attorney General and there was a threat made against me, I would inform the special branch, and they would take the necessary actions to investigate it, to top up security if required. But these are not things that I would have made public. Because I think that if every time there is a threat made or an alleged threat made against you, you go public, what you do is actually cause more chaos in society. So these things, as far as I'm concerned, should be handled within the closed information and intelligence.
I feel in the case of some of the government ministers with the cancellation of contracts, and we're talking here CPEP and others, where those programs would feed the ground, as we know, the groundsmen, the vulnerable, and the people who would have been in charge of the contracts in terms of the distribution would have been also grounds people. So that would have had a direct result, a direct impact on people's daily living. And I would imagine that, yes, these threats, I mean, I don't know, I'm not privy to what really happening behind the scenes, but I figure probably the kind of portfolio they were holding and the decisions that were being made probably would have caused these threats to become even greater and bring that particular concern. So I'm figuring they're probably seeing all this probably, is this part of the politics of the day? I trying to figure out why bring this to the public domain, but at no point I would have doubted or questioned really if these threats were real, because I know they were making some serious decisions that would have been impacting people.
Yeah, and in fact, security for politicians is not a local issue. In fact, just recently, the debate started in England, again, with security for members of parliament, with the recent killing of Anne Whitcomb, who was a spokesperson and a former member of parliament. She wasn't a sitting member of parliament, but she was a spokesperson for Farage's party. But that caused the debate to be revitalized. And as such, you can tell that, yes, there is a concern. And of course, I don't want any members of parliament or any official to be assassinated or to be injured in the course of their duty. So I would like certainly I would encourage the special branch to take all threats seriously, to deal with it professionally, but deal with it in a manner that doesn't cause national chaos or any kind of bacchanal. Because you see, the other thing is...
And you believe that by putting it public, that is where the chaos will catch a life?
Yeah, and it's unnecessary, because that is not how you deal with security threats.
But in the case of the commissioner, where I'm sure the police commissioner, and he seems like a man who could handle his stories, very strong in his presence and the way he presents himself. But this time it went a bit even further, that they started to threaten even the man's daughters. I didn't even know the commissioner had daughters, and apparently the daughters now are part of the target of these, these wrongdoers, as it were. Is that kind of information coming public, or at least the threat coming to the commissioner and now his family, a way to almost try to weaken the institution of the TTPS, to make them look vulnerable, to make them look shaky? Because again, this is a commissioner who stands on solid ground. He speaks in a certain assertive way, but he made it public. And again, they crossed the line. To threaten the commissioner is one thing. I'm sure he's accustomed to that, but to come at the man's daughters, I mean, where are we heading with this?
Okay, so what is the benefit of making that public? I can't see the benefit. And as you quite rightly say, by making it public, you actually make the commissioner look vulnerable. And if you're making the commissioner look vulnerable, you're weakening the police service, because then automatically the population then starts to question whether the commissioner can do his job in these circumstances. Now, the very fact that certain officers, including the Commissioner of Police, is given security from day one, acknowledges the fact that these officers come with threats or threat levels, right? And as such, you must be prepared, if you're stepping into that role, that security is one of the issues that you must consider. And of course, when you're looking after security, you don't look after security just for the principal. You always look after security for the family, so that, again, the Prime Minister, the President, or the others, or the Chief Justice, their spouses and children, they would always attract a level of scrutiny and security by the security agencies to ensure that they are looked after. So again, yes, there are threats, there are normal threats, and in fact, I think if you get a report from any of the international security agencies on their leaders, they would give you a whole booklet of threats and possible threats that they have received and they have investigated. But you can't just be going out to the public every Monday morning and saying that there's been a threat against me. Now, with regards to the threat that I saw reported against the Minister of Public Utilities, where it stated that somebody incarcerated gave evidence about a former minister putting out a hit on him, that concerned me, especially given the fact that we've seen people arrested with PDUs for less and I haven't actually seen the police move on that. So if it is, and let us look at it very logically, you have information that I paid a man to put a hit on you. What would be the first course of action in those circumstances? Increase your security or arrest me?
Yeah, you have to treat with the person who put the threat.
So you neutralize the threat. But I have no information publicly that the threat has been neutralized. So you see, the other thing that people are now concerned about, and again, this is real, people use security as a sort of way of building on one's ego.
You seem to be more important.
More important.
Yeah, right? Get out of the way. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, you know, clearing traffic and that kind of.
So, for example, in the UK, the Prime Minister of the UK does not enjoy the level of security that the Prime Minister of Trinidad enjoys on the road. That kind of motorcade, you don't see that level of motorcade in the UK with the British Prime Minister. You don't see it with the British Crown. The security that the President here enjoys is far more than when I see the King or the Queen driving through London.
I didn't recognize that. But let me ask you though, Gavin, and you're a lawyer and a legal mind, from a court and system perspective, does the current legal framework, does it treat with threats in a very serious manner, whether it be an online threat, face-to-face, verbal call? I mean, I would have received threats over the years, and I went and I made a report, got a receipt. That was more or less it. I mean, people sometimes say out loud what they're not going to do. We understand that. But we're in a time in where you're not going to really lie down and take that quietly then, you know. A threat, it's something that ruffles the spirit. It gets you thinking. You start to, it puts you in a kind of tailspin. Is the legal framework robust enough to treat with anybody that they actually catch putting out this threat in a very serious manner, so that this feeling you can threaten somebody thing becomes a thing of the past?
Well, I believe it is, especially for, of course, sitting officials.
Okay.
You're not given the same priority when you're not a sitting official. So certainly, if a threat is made against a sitting minister, there would be a lot of, urgency that is required, because of course that threat would be discussed at the level of the National Security Council. There would need to be reporting on what action has been taken. Progress reports have to be given, so that in those circumstances one would expect those investigations to be robust.
Yeah, and that's for public officials, and I guess hopefully the same could apply to citizens, because again, threats, people threatening each other, whether it be a bad drive, relationship comes to an end, you name it, it seems to be the order of the day.
We know that the general public does not enjoy such urgency. And that is because, of course, our national security apparatus is lacking in many areas. I believe that personnel-wise they are lacking. There are a number of the personnel on leave or on suspension. And in terms of increasing the numbers of the police, I mean, that has been a discussion.
Yeah.
So it isn't that I believe that the police wouldn't try. It's just that they are spread thin and their priorities.
You know, I want to pick your mind on this development inside The Guardian on page 7. I don't know if you saw this, but the U.S. are pushing to dismantle the International Criminal Court. We know that they have removed themselves for many years. We are still signatories. We're still a part of it. Just your take on this whole conversation of dismantling the ICC. Is the ICC one of those lame ducks? Is it just one of those institutions on paper that does nothing? Like, why are we having this discussion in 2026?
So if you have an international criminal court where the big countries, or some of the big countries, remove themselves from the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court, then you are actually making a papi show of the court. It is no longer an international criminal court. And if it is then used to punish officials from smaller countries,
like Philippines with Duterte, he's before them as we speak,
then what you're really doing is showing a bias in terms of how people behave and how people, and then the retribution for their actions. So, whilst I do not agree with the dismantling of the ICC, in fact, I think that the ICC should be strengthened because it plays a very, very important role in holding people to account. If it is that the major alleged perpetrators do not subject themselves to the rulings or to the jurisdiction of the court, then what use is the court?
So who will guard the guards, really? I mean, like, is there any kind of accountability for leaders, again, from these massive countries with all these allegations and what we're seeing playing out in real time? Total breach of international law, certain actions. We don't have to go into details. So that no one is going to be held accountable then. You could basically, if you're big and strong and mighty, you could do what you want in this modern time.
So I made a point recently at a law conference that international law is basically non-existent anymore.
Right now.
It is, we are not, the legal principles that govern international relations, international behavior has been thrown out of the window. And what we are seeing is a system of might is right. So we've gone back from a position of civilized accountability to law of the jungle. My army is bigger than your army. My economy is bigger than your economy, so I do what the hell I want on the international stage, which, of course, will never be sustainable. Because one of the reasons people signed up and countries signed up to institutions is because of the fact that they believe that there would be a certain level of equal treatment or equitable treatment across the board.
A balance.
It is even, let's take it for Trinidad, for our home situation. If it is that I believe that the police service only works against me, and when I need it to work for me, it doesn't. Especially if there are bigger players in the country that they are going to ignore when they do things, then the whole system of policing will fall apart, because then the population will say, well, we are not going to subscribe to your authority.
That's when you lose trust.
You lose not only trust, you lose the whole fabric, the underlying fabric that holds the legal system together. And that is what you are seeing happening in the world. Now, if it is that one country is allowed to do what it wants, then other bigger countries will start doing whatever they want. And then it will be a situation of, well, if you really want to deal with me by your army, deal with me by your sanctions, deal with me otherwise, and we will just have a sort of a chaotic world developing.
I guess our Prime Minister understands this might is right scenario, because again, there's no comment. We are part of ICC, clearly in the US they are not. And we have seen where we have more or less been in tandem step with the US foreign policy and lots of the utterances. So I'm not surprised really.
Now we have reached a position
there's been no commentary.
ICC judges who doing their work for which they were hired, properly doing their work, properly doing their investigations, coming to conclusions based on deliberations, being sanctioned by big countries for doing their job but coming to the wrong decisions.
Wow, I didn't realize that this is happening as we speak.
As we speak.
You believe this ICC, and again, the US being a major player on the world stage, looking to dismantle ICC. I mean, let's pretend it was dismantled. This takes us clearly back in time.
It takes us way back in time, because again, you've had utterances about the UN, and its
role and function.
Its role and function and its future.
And that's why I was asking if ICC, because I was thinking about the UN also, if it's just one of those on paper institution that really can't do anything. It's just there for name.
Yeah, so that the more we whittle away at the authority of these institutions, the more they will just become white elephants and paper tigers. And unfortunately, we are seeing, instead of us moving as a civilized human species towards greater accountability to one's brother and sister and neighbor, what we are seeing is a move back to where a certain segment or a small group of people want to control all the wealth in the world, want to then be excused from the legal system, so that they become the powers of the economy, the powers of authority, and it just becomes a dictatorship.
You know, I want to ask you this as we look to wrap things up, and it's a question I've put to the audience on numerous occasions. Do you think ultimately Trinidad and Tobago will be judged for our decisions in this current time? Like, I'm trying to figure out what side of history we will lean towards when it's all said and done, when we look 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road in terms of this current trajectory that seems to be, I mean, it's we don't even know what direction we're going at this point in time. Globally, it could go up, it could go down, it could go left, it could go right. You think we'll be part of that conversation? We'll be judged according to this current moment?
We will always be judged by what we do. History is the great judge, really and truly. As we speak today, I suppose the government has a choice. Either they stand on a particular principle, or they understand the forces against them, and they ride that wave, knowing that it is a temporary wave. But most importantly, I believe as leaders, when we make decisions, we have to make decisions based on what is best for your population today, but what is also best for your population next generation. So you don't make decisions that would benefit you today but harm future generations. That is a responsibility that you are entrusted with leadership. Leadership isn't the same as citizenship. As citizens, we could concentrate on looking after ourselves for now. But as leaders, we have to make big decisions that protect the citizens today and protect the country and its citizens tomorrow.
Gavin, Nicholas, in the seconds that remain, I'll give you a chance to put in some closing comments, just generally on the climate of the country, and if you still look towards our future through the lens of optimism.
I am always optimistic because I always believe that things could become better. Once we have life, there is hope, and we can make things better. At the moment, there is a discontent among the population, not only in Trinidad, but the world, because at the moment we have the present crop of leaders don't seem to be interested in looking after the populations in the way that they should be looking after them. But I see politics as cyclical, and this too will pass. This too will pass. My concern is for the young people coming up, what are their opportunities, what they see as their motivators, what principles and moral guidelines they will be guided by. Because if it is that they see that law and order does not sustain their reality, there is a possibility that they would ignore law and order. So that is why it is important always to keep the institutions of a nation at a particular level where people can have respect for them. So yes, we may feel that things are not as they should be, and we would like it to be better, but it again depends on each of us to make things better and to hold on to your moral guideline and let that drive you.
Gavin, I want to thank you for the commentary. I love that part you said for the young people to sustain their reality. They're looking towards a system to help sustain. We're really speaking about hope, to foster hope in a place that.
And the responsibility is not just on the government. The responsibility is on the opposition. The responsibility is on the NGOs. The responsibility is on everybody who has a voice.
Yeah, well said. Gavin, all the best. Thanks for touching base this morning.
Yes, man.
We finally got a title. Go Arsenal, go Gunners. After 22 years. Yes. We're going to actually get into some football discussion next because I believe the Spanish High Commissioner, yes, Her Excellency, Cristina Perez Gutierrez, Ambassador to Spain, Ambassador actually,
yes.
Of Spain. Yes, to Trinidad and Tobago.
High Commissioners.
Yes.
From countries that belong to the Commonwealth.
And ambassadors.
If you don't belong to the Commonwealth, you'll be an ambassador.
Well, the ambassador is here, all smiles. Spain is in the finals. We come back with that discussion next.
Mom, Dad, this is Trevor.
Hi. He's no Kieran. Back up.
Fling? That's why he crossed the road.
It was funny when Kieran said it.
Oh, who could that be?
We're like the parents who don't miss your ex.
I can't believe Kieran is in the neighborhood.
CG United. Good like that.
Breaking news. Something serious is sweeping the nation. Get seriously supersized savings on textiles, home goods, and much more in Jimmy Abboud's Super Serious July Sale. Shop now at Jimmy Abboud in Barataria and Port of Spain.
We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance. But we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza in Deba Chaguanas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 470-5938 and visit us soon.
Slam 100.5 FM and Amplio are bringing football fans together for the ultimate Friday football rhyme. Get ready for Amplio Front Row Fridays. Your front row seat to every match, every moment, every Friday. From June 26th to July 19th, the Slam crew hits different sports bar and football hotspots across Trinidad with live broadcasts, football trivia, call challenges, predictions, giveaways, DJs, vibes, and level football energy. Catch the Slam announcers broadcasting live from 7 to 9 p.m. every Friday. Check out the Amplia promo girls and giveaways on location, interactive games, fan moments, and non-stop excitement. Front Row Fridays, powered by Amplia and Slam 100.5 FM, progressive and unstoppable.
This is more than just music. This is where you find the best of TNT. This is more than just a vibe. This is where Bollywood gets a twist. This is more than just energy. This is Bhangra and indie pop too. This is the mix. This is the life. Lock on or log on now. Sangeet 106.1 FM. This is authentic East Indian radio. This is us.
Each day I ask myself, how can our country be better than it was yesterday? We all hope for a better society, but not many understand the power of their influence to change the world around them. A small act of kindness holds as much power as a camera, a mic, or even a seat in the parliament when it comes to achieving societal development. I understand that my purpose extends beyond being a mere observer. I am an active participant in shaping the world around me. From the stories I write to the newscast I produce, it is my hope that everyone is heard and understood. We are where you are.
Ambassador of Spain to Trinidad and Tobago, Her Excellency Cristina Perez Gutierrez, joins me. Good morning, Your Excellency.
Good morning.
And let me say congratulations.
Thank you so very much. We are so happy.
And the ambassador is here with great company. A matter of fact, when you look at the papers this morning, you're seeing the ambassador staring at the man in the middle.
Yeah.
With the flag. All smiles. That's him right there. Alfonso Candao. Alfonso, congratulations.
Thank you, and thank you for having us as well.
The last time you all made it to the finals would have been 2010, Waka Waka, South Africa.
Yes.
You went all the way to lift the trophy for the first time. And we have known Spain to be a proud footballing nation, always on the world stage, showing up in the World Cup, but it took many years to actually go all the way. Are you feeling, Ambassador, that on Sunday, this could be the second star on the jersey, this could be another all-the-way crowning moment for Spain on the world stage with football?
Yes, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. I think all Spanish people are behind it, and we are fighting very much with all our heart to be there next Sunday.
Well, let me tell you, Ambassador, look at you saw yourself, right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, the football man in the building here, Alfonso, could speak more in depth as it relates to the Spanish brand and the system. Because I was telling you before we started our discussion on air, that team yesterday and what we have seen so far, they're playing as a unit. You have only conceded one goal for the entire tournament.
Yes, we come from the Waka Waka and Tiki Taka team in the 2010s, and I think the head coach Luis de la Fuente has managed to evolve the game and play. We have stars, of course, as the trans like Lamine Yamal or Rodri, but I think the key of the team is the collective defense, the high pressing, and yeah, just the combinations of on how they play as a team. You were saying before also the women team, which is the current world champion as well. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just a philosophy that goes in from the clubs in Spain all the way up to the national team.
I mean, you all are the European champions also, mm-hmm. and you all will have to face, could be Argentina, could be England. Let me ask, Ambassador, you think, which one of the two you prefer to face on Sunday?
Anyone. To be here is already a gift, and to be on Sunday will be fantastic. So anyone, I think that we are ready to face all of them.
That's right. Alfonso, same question to you. I mean, who you rather face, who you rather probably not step up to at this point in time?
You know what, they asked this to Lamine Yamal, and he said that it's in the other changing room, that fear must stay, not in ours. So we're ready to face anyone.
Because it's true, he did say that prior to even the France game, because he said that, you know what, there's nothing to fear. He said that we are European champions, mm-hmm. and you could tell they went in with that confidence. There was no, I guess at this stage of the game on that level, you can't have no stage fright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
To be here, it has been a very long journey, very important one, and I think that all the teams must be very proud, mm-hmm. because they have shown that they are superstars, all of them.
Your Excellency, you said that in Spain, football is more than a sport. Could you elaborate on that?
Well, football is something much more than sport. And I was telling you in a joke that for us it's almost a religion. Yesterday, Spain was a vibrant country. Everybody was supporting I think that nobody slept tonight in Spain. We were celebrating, and we continue to celebrate. So for us, it's very important, and I really want to win the World Cup on Sunday. But we have to remember what meant for us to win the World Cup in 2010. Mm. Spain was having a very difficult times, politically, economically. It was very difficult times, and we won the World Cup. And suddenly, a nation was like coming up, and it was the beginning of the end of the difficulties because we have this spirit. So we hope that now we are in a very difficult times internationally. So maybe this is the thing that we needed to start again.
Yeah, well said, Ambassador Alfonso. Would you say that would have been your experience too in 2010? Were you at home when you all won the trophy in South Africa?
I wasn't at home. It wasn't my birthday, actually.
Okay.
So it was a double celebration. I was on holidays in France, actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a crucial moment because we had never won and we had never reached the final. So no one actually believed that could have that was happening to us, and it actually was. And now that we went over that milestone, now we're more confident than we were back in 2010, but it meant a lot.
And I remember that finals, that went on to extra time. I believe it was an Iniesta goal.
Iniesta.
Yeah. Yes.
Iniesta, wow.
Oh, extra time goal, 1-0, a nice volley. I mean, Spain, let me tell you, what you all have produced so far in the tournament and what you all continue to produce as a footballing nation, it's one to be admired. And it speaks to system, it speaks to succession planning, it speaks to foresight and really having a serious approach to the game. What we're seeing there is, you all dealt with France,
Yeah.
You see kind of star boys on our French team. Everybody, France was like everybody's favorite. Everybody thought, okay, this is a foregone conclusion, France are going to win, and you all literally changed the script.
Yeah. But they were fantastic players too. So, this is the game.
Yeah.
So...
We're going to watch the finals, Ambassador, on Sunday, because I'm seeing that you were out and about yesterday.
Yes.
This
is nothing compared to what we are going to do on Sunday as a celebration,
Yes.
Because this will be like...
You have to go all out?
Yes, you have to come to accompany us, everybody.
So where are you going to have the viewing party?
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
You have to do something big,
Yes. One Woodbrook, and we want to do something big, and we hope that all Trinidadians are back in Spain. That's the most important thing.
Well, we import to Spain, right?
Yeah. Yeah. This is a part of it. it's like a way to be... so for us, it's so interesting and so important to be here.
Excellent. Obviously, the football is nice. We're having a time with it. In terms of just really quick outside of the football, any major plans from the office, from your particular portfolio towards the end of the year? Any major activations happening? Because I know sometimes you all do cultural shows. I know different things happen. Anything major is taking place?
Yes. Thank you very much for asking that, because we are going to celebrate our National Day on the 12th of October. And we are going to bring a super magnificent classical guitarist, Spanish guitar. And it will be we are going to offer a concert open to all the public. So I hope that to have the opportunity to present them, so everybody could come to join us to celebrate our National Day. And also, as always, we have a flamenco super performance this year at the end of November.
End of November.
In Napa. And this is a classical performance that we organize every year.
Well done, Ambassador. Thank you so much. Of course, Alfonso, well, I guess you're hoping to add an extra star.
Yes.
Because normally when you win a World Cup, you get a star, right?
We have to put the second one here.
That's it right there, right? Well done, guys. And you have made the finals. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Spain, they're marching on to New Jersey on Sunday. They're going to meet, could be Argentina, could be England. But it seems like whoever's stepping up, they will need to bring their A game, because the Spanish team is firing on all cylinders. All the best to the finalists on Sunday for the World Cup 2026. We get ready for the 7 a.m. news update. Much more after 7.
Looking for the ultimate gaming experience? Welcome to Phase 22 Gaming Lounge, where gamers of all ages come to play, compete, and have fun. Dive into your favorite games on PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, or race on our high-tech racing rigs. And experience the thrill of VR with PlayStation and Meta Quest. Our lounge is safe, comfortable, and perfect for everyone. When you're done, check out the latest gaming systems, accessories, and even Samsung and Apple phones. Visit us on the second floor of Gulf City Mall or call 786-2404 to book your gaming session today.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488 or visit our website to order.
The detergent smells nice while washing, but when you use the new Downy Intense fabric softener, with its new multi-capsule fragrance, it releases an intense scent that lasts twice as long. With the new Downy Intense, you'll enjoy a rich and delightful fragrance that keeps you feeling fresh 24/7.
KC Ginger Mint, your trusted and natural wellness. Now with healthier options. KC Ginger Mint with honey and lime. KC Ginger Mint with orange and KC Ginger Mint with lemon. KC Ginger, honey, lemon, lime, and orange. Natural and trusted for generations for soothing sore throats and digestion and boost immunity. Get your new KC Candy Ginger Mint extended range today and breathe naturally.
Time Check, brought to you by the Central Bank and the National Financial Literacy Program.
Good morning, I'm Kay Marie Fletcher with headline news on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. The Prime Minister and the Ministry of Defense have moved to dispel claims that this year's Independence Day military parade has been cancelled. Speculation grew after a cabinet note showed a proposal for the parade had been withdrawn. But Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar told CNC3 News the original note was replaced with an updated version. $2 million has already been approved and the parade will go ahead. The Ministry of Defense also described social media claims as false and misleading, urging the public to rely on official government information. Defense Minister Wayne Sturge had already told the Standing Finance Committee last month that additional funding for independence celebrations included the traditional military parade. After revoking its contract to Blue Waters, Caribbean Airlines has awarded a new contract worth $400,000 to SM Jalil and Company for the provision of bottled water. The revelation was made on the airline's procurement platform. The state-owned company said it awarded the bottled water contract to SM Jalil on July 8th. The contract came 3 days after the Sunday Guardian reported that Caribbean Airlines decided to discontinue using Blue Waters, which it had served on flights for over 15 years. Blue Waters was founded by local businessman Dominic Hadid, who was detained by police along with his wife on June 24th. The Trimbago Farmers Union is calling for an urgent meeting with Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar and key government ministers amid growing uncertainty over the future of Nestle's local operations. Union President Shiraz Khan says reports that Nestle is seeking to divest its operations have raised concerns that the company's milk collection program could end. At a news conference yesterday, Khan warned that the livelihoods of more than 200 dairy farmers could be at stake. Khan said farmers were told during meetings with Nestle that a buyer had reportedly been identified for parts of the company's operations. However, he said uncertainty remains over whether the milk collection system that supports local dairy farmers will continue under new ownership.
We need to have some answers. And Madam Prime Minister, we are asking you to have a meeting with us so we could get some answers. We want to meet with Nestle and really hear what is happening, because you can't come December and tell me you're not taking milk tomorrow again.
This has been Headline News. Stay tuned for another news update at the top of the hour and for comprehensive coverage in our midday news and major newscasts at 7 p.m. on CNC3.
Proceed with Rand Credit Union, you can believe that you can achieve. Big goals, small ones too. Rand Credit Union, we've got you. No more waiting, that won't do. Make someday today. One life, so make it good. Live the way you know you should. With Rand Credit Union, yes you could. Make someday today.
Live your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
When little noses get blocked, even bedtime can be a struggle. Allergies, dust, colds, and dry air can make breathing uncomfortable for children, holding them back from having fun. NeilMed Pediamist delivers a gentle, soothing saline mist that helps moisturize nasal passages and relieve congestion naturally, helping relieve sinus, rhinitis, allergies, dryness, and cold symptoms so little ones can breathe easier and feel their best. NeilMed Pediamist, gentle relief for little noses, helping little noses breathe big. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Welcome back to the second hour. We're going to, well, as you know, start off with the calls and then we get ready for Tobago Talks. And when Tobago Talk, we listen. Curtis Williams, a matter of fact, is going to step in, president of the Tobago Vision of Chamber of Industry and Commerce. But Faisal is standing by. Brother Faisal, good morning.
Hello, Brother Jason. Morning.
Welcome. I'm listening, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you would have listened to Calypso. Give me your opinion.
Well, boy, Faisal, if I tell you the truth, man, not impressed.
Huh?
The same one, right? I got it on YouTube here. Hold on there. Let me just make sure it's the right one, eh? Because, partner, that's one Faisal. Keisha would have sent it to me. Let me just make sure. Queen Victoria, right?
Yes.
Are Africans really for sale? Faisal, what do you think of this song?
Jason, I think it's a very divisive song. And I tell you, on the backdrop of, if, let's assume Massive Gosain would have sang that song, what do you think would have been happening in Trinidad and Tobago today?
Would that be a bacchanal, right?
Real bacchanal, Jason. And more than that, Jason, let me not take it for the face of it. But if you really dig into the thing, it's an insult to the intelligence of the Afro-Trinidadian. That's my point, Jason.
I think the biggest story, boy, Faisal, I find, it's so sad that still in 2026, the issue of race seems to be one that is always so contentious. So it's a kind of under the carpet. We want to address it, but we don't really want to deal with it. And I think if plenty of us understand our history and understand why we were all brought here, we will actually work together, and not fall into this whole cycle of mistrust. And I mean, we all here, Faisal, we here. At the end of the day, we here, and we got to make the most of it, And it's just, I guess, race is one of those things that does get people real touchy, and it's ticklish, very ticklish still in this country, Faisal. So sad. Faisal?
You shall not use it.
Yeah, Faisal. And you know what's strange, Faisal? I mean, you're a traveling man. You know what I've observed? Every single time, when we go overseas, Faisal, and we living out there as Trinbagonians, and we recognize that, okay, we from a small island state, and we in this big place, whether it be Canada, US, Europe. Every Trinidad is band together like family. We don't watch no face. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Like I lost Faisal there. Faisal, probably tomorrow now, like I lost today. This is Shogunas? Hey, Shogunas. Yeah, morning, welcome. Oh, God, boy, listen, Shogunas by France, boy, oh, good. France disappointed me yesterday, boy. But kudos to Spain. Spain, they did well. They show up to the party.
You see, I will tell you something, Jason. Right? You see, France didn't allow Spain to play that kind of tiki-taka game where they are accustomed to play, this kind of short passing game. France would not allow that, so because France naturally is an attacking team. So Spain now
had to reboot and next we are playing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you would observe that they control the midfield, especially Korea, right? They control the midfield, and that is where they win the game. That is where they win the game. I honestly feel that that penalty, I mean, he kicked down the man, I ain't saying no, but prior to that, if you would observe that the ball touched the man underneath his shoulder.
His shoulder, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you understand? And it has certain referees, I mean, that I really feel that should have been refuted, but the VR should have said something concerning that. But nonetheless, I neither here nor there where that game is concerned, because Holland won a long time now. You understand what I'm saying? But Spain play for it and they get through. You understand? We'll see what's going on today with England and Argentina. But let me tell you something. If England could beat Mexico in the Azteca, and we could see that when that game started, Jason, it wasn't 11 against 11, it was like about 14 against 9, because let me tell you something, it was like about 14 against 8, because Mexico was controlling the game right through. Understand what I say? But England always have a way of finding to score goals. For some way, they always have a way of finding to score goals. And let me tell you, right now, England feel that football will them something, right? So look out for England today. I mean, don't bet all your money on Argentina. You know what I'm saying? You never know what could happen, right? But anyway, Jason, I just want to revert to what Faizu was saying. I think the point that he's trying to make here is that it would have been a bit of a double standard, right? Had somebody of the East Indian descent, right? Sang that song. Mm-hmm. Understand what I'm saying? And we must not, you see, there was a big thing in America a few years ago where Black Lives Matter, right? With the George Floyd, right? I'll tell you this. If it is that a black police officer had killed him, would they have said Black Lives Matter? Understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we need to be neutral and fair across the board. They might have said it's police brutality, right? But would they have said anything about Black Lives Matter? And we see black people killing black people. And when I say black, I refer to anybody. Yeah?
You understand?
Right?
I understand.
We see people of Afro descent, right? Let me say that killing people of Afro descent every day, right? But we hear nothing about Black Lives Matter. So is it that Black Lives Matter, or is it that Black Lives Matter only when it's lost to the hands of white people, right? So we need to take a stronger look at these things, right? And that's not only where Trinidad is concerned, but holistically all over the world. Understand what I'm saying? Because I will tell you this, right? Racism is not necessarily, you see, it was something that was more towards people of Afro descent hundreds of years ago. But racism is across the board. You could be racist to Indian people too. You could be racist to white people too. Yes, you could be racist to Chinese. Racism basically is unfair treatment, right, towards somebody as a result of their race. For lack of better words, let me put it that way. Yeah. Understand what I'm saying?
You're judging somebody based on their race and not judging them on the character.
Correct, is right. Yeah. And you're not dealing with a situation based on merit, but you're dealing with a situation based on race.
On a bias.
And you're allowing. On a bias, exactly, right? Yeah. So I think that we need to take a greater look into all these things, right? But anyway, Jason, because you are going on with the football later, will you take care of yourself?
All the best. All the best. Yeah, I think, listen, I mean, it's a conversation we've avoided for a long time in the country, yeah? And it seems like, well, at least, let me hold the commentary. Let me hear from Pleasantville. Let Pleasantville weigh in, and I'll continue with the commentary. Pleasantville.
Hi, Jason.
Morning, brother. Welcome.
Morning. Thank you, Jason. Jason, politically sanctioned racism has to be eradicated.
Well, I was not going to talk about that, Pleasantville, because I was not going to say that it's perpetuated, unfortunately.
Racism
in politics.
In this country is politically sanctioned.
Yeah.
And that is what we have to get rid of. You see, it will always be racism. Okay? It is not contrary to natural law. It is bad. It is not good. But it is used for political expediency in this country. In this country, in the Caribbean, in Guyana, and in Suriname.
Yeah.
This is where it is being used. In other countries, it might be an issue of class.
Yeah, uptown versus downtown.
Socio-economic status kind of thing. But here, it is racism, and we have to deal with it. We talk it, but when it comes to these times, for election times, Jason, they use it because it benefits them. Okay? Jason, what I want to speak about is one issue here is with the contract for the Caribbean Airlines, the bottled water contract.
Yeah, the cancellation of the Blue Waters.
year where this contract was taken away, the Hadids are not guilty of anything. Okay? The Hadids, they haven't been proven in a court of law of any corruption or any plot to do anything. So what I'm saying, Jason, is why do you take away the contract from somebody? What is the reason for removing that contract? And this is what I'm having a problem with. They haven't been proven guilty of anything. So why take away the contract? I think the Hadids have a clear case there of victimization, and with whatever it is, I think that was wrong. They are not guilty of an offense. They are not criminals. They haven't done anything to warrant you to remove that contract from them. I think it is absolutely wrong, unlawful. Thanks.
Olibas Pleasantville. As it pertains, as we mentioned earlier, with the Hadids, the latest is that the judgment regarding their detention, that proclamation will be given on Friday. They've made a fresh appeal. They've done that yesterday. They've spoken, at least through their lawyers, in detail about the suffering their children are enduring at this point in time, and they've made a fresh appeal as the court reserves now the judgment on their detention. So by Friday, they'll know if they'll be released early based on the circumstance. And again, we'll monitor the situation. It's actually on page 5 inside today's Guardian. Yeah, so as I said, that whole conversation on race, it's one that unfortunately we're still treating with, or at least we're not treating with, and it's only when we travel, because I tell you, every time I go overseas and I look at Trinbagonians operate, they love the unity, the brotherhood. People don't watch race outside, they watch the fact that we are fellow Trinbagonians, we are Trinidadians, Tobagonians, we out here in this foreign land, and let me tell you, people band together and they operate like family in the little barbecue, in the little lime, in the little football, in the whatever the social gathering is. When you see Trinis operate and function overseas, it's a sight to behold. And if you could capture that spirit, capture that magic, and produce it on the actual soil where we born and grow, we gone clear, we world class. But for some reason, there is still this mistrust and this, it's so unfortunate, man. But you know what? I feel the generation, every generation, we're seeing less and less of it. So the generation that's coming up, they kind of changing it, and their children is going to change it even more. So plenty of these people who have the bias and the kind of perspective, they're gonna phase out, they're gonna phase out. It is what it is. Do we take one more, or do we step into Tobago Talks? Tobago Talks. I've been given the okay, the green light for Tobago Talks. And on Tobago Talk, we listen up next Curtis Williams. As a matter of fact, we're treating with Caribbean Airlines and the additional flights. President of the Tobago Division of Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Curtis. He joins me next.
Kickstart your career in IT with the BSc Information Technology from the University of Bedfordshire, delivered at CTS College. The BSc Information Technology equips students for the latest jobs in the IT field. Benefit from online learning environment, dedicated program manager, WhatsApp groups with students and lecturers, shared drive with lecture notes, recordings, assignments, and more. Tutorial support for assignments. Email CTS College on study@ctscollege.com.
Recession have you down? Don't lose hope. Head on down to Tire Clinic for the recession deals. Big savings with our road hazard warranty on Dunlop, Sumitomo, and Falcon tires. Available at Tire Clinic, Cuba, Chaguanas, and Pleasance Park. Tire Clinic, a tire for every need. Call 636-8973 or 636-2958.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in Trinidad and Tobago, driven by 2 silent threats, diabetes and high cholesterol. But now there's a powerful ally. Introducing Berberine Plus by Asia Nutrition, clinically proven to stabilize blood sugar and keep cholesterol levels in check. With 99.9% pure extract, you get superior absorption and real results. Available now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus. Your heart deserves better.
We are deep into stoppage time, all. They must be careful here. Oh no! But hang on. They Checking it. It's going to be in the hands of the VAR. This is unbearable. The goal has been reversed. They have felt everything it is possible to feel.
Chamber of Industry and Commerce Tobago Division President Curtis Williams. He joins me on the Zoom line. Always a joy to have you on the program, President Williams. Listen, here's excitement in Tobago. I'm looking forward because, you know, every Wednesday's Tobago Talks. And when Tobago Talk, we listen and we know that you're on the pulse, you're on the ball of what's happening. I'm hearing of some developments as it pertains to the airport. So let's start there. Curtis, and great to see you.
Hi, good morning to your viewers and listeners. It's a pleasure being on here. Jason, as we all can see, those who are crossing in Tobago, there's something going to happen soon. The airport, there's a lot of folks moving around, a lot of things happening. I mean, just recently, I just drove past and I mean, the bombing of activities at that new terminal building, concessionaries inside, they're doing work, and I mean, things is really going to happen soon, very, very soon, sooner than we thought. That terminal building will be open, and that will bring a breath of fresh air for us in Tobago. We just can't wait, Jason. We just can't wait.
So this is the official opening, because I know there was an opening, but that seemed to be a puppy show opening that happened under the last administration, because big tent, microphone, people on stage, man talk, and clearly it was not open. So I don't understand what was that about. So is this the official opening here, Curtis Williams, of the A&R Robinson International Airport?
Well, I would like to say it looks like because the kind of buzz of activities, seeing concessionaries moving in and building out spaces, and I mean, security take up positions already, and the paving and the road marking, and right now the road is blocked, because they're doing a new entrance. The entrance in and out of the new terminal building is going to be a little different from a normal on the Strawberry local road. Yeah. So there's a lot of things happening there. I mean, it seems like something going to happen soon. I predict by weekend we should see some activities down at that new terminal building.
That is
and we
exciting.
The business community, we are really, really excited and waiting for such.
Let me ask you directly. I know you represent, the SMEs there, the entrepreneurs, the big business, but we also have to look out for the sole traders, the mamas and papas who in the old airport would have been outside selling the sugar cake and the bene ball and the tulum. And that gave the experience in the old airport that real Tobago feel now. You're coming in, you could get the local sweets. Is there any kind of accommodation at all for that kind of business at the new airport? And more or less these stands, what's going to be the food options and stuff? I don't want it to just be fried stuff and flour. We could get a local something inside there, Curtis. What's the conversation like in this new airport?
Well, I can guarantee you that the local content have presence there. I met with some of the local vendors, and they indicated to me that they will be at the new terminal building. So I'm quite happy that I know that our visitors can have some of the local sweets, the tulum, the tambarambo, the benebos, and the mango, the red mango, and all those local sweets that we all enjoy. They can have those, as well as we expect some of the vendors that is presently now in the old airport to be in the new one. I see notable some of them billing out. I know some of them still having some challenges, whether it's finance or otherwise, but we expect some of the names who is there now to be back into the new one, and I'll be looking forward to that. And just what you mentioned, we must not only have just the fried food alone and we must have a local cuisine as well. Why we can't have crab and dumpling at the airport, and some of the normal conchs and dumpling and provision and some other local food that we normally enjoy, macaroni pie and stewed chicken, and we could have some of these stuff at the airport as well, instead of just all the fried stuff. So I hope that I knew the chief sec spoke about it. and the chairman and the minister spoke about it in length, to have some of these local offerings at the airport. So we're looking forward to it. I will be there, bated breath, waiting to see what it looks like, and not to critique, but to suggest if they probably missed out some of our local cuisine, that we could have some of those offerings at the new terminal building.
Excellent, well said. Before we head across to the CAL and the additional flights, what's going to happen to the old airport, that facility, that building, that space?
Well, it was indicated that will be used for VIP and any important guests coming into the island on the private jets. We try to attract all these high spenders, so we expect lots of private jets to be landing here, especially with the new carnival coming up and other activities that we envision will be happening on the island. So that space will be utilized for them. Probably they're going to retrofit it to give it that VIP look, because right now we really need a VIP look. So I think that's the aim of keeping the old terminal building, to do that. So we're looking forward to that as well, because we may have some numbers coming in and a VIP, and we want to give them that's what they're accustomed to, and we get some revenue from them.
So with these 7,000 flights that's going to be added, is that to do with the carnival, or that's a year-round facility? What's the latest with these additional flights we're hearing about from Caribbean Airlines?
Well, first, Jason, I just want to say thanks for Caribbean Airlines for anticipating the desire and the needs. It's something that we have been fighting for many, many years in Tobago. When the peak season comes, that the additional flights is put on, not only for this period, July, August, and which is the Tobago Heritage and Great Race, but we're talking about the other peak periods, the Tobago Carnival, the Christmas time, the Easter time. If we could look at those peak periods as well, it was definitely much appreciated. So these additional flights will really bring some relief. Up to last night, a couple folks was asking me, how can we get onto these extra flights? And I think it will be all started on the 16th. As I was told, and so we can look forward to those additional flights. Will bring that much needed tourists across to the island. Local as well as foreigners. It was banter around, and the hoteliers and them was speaking about, it was just a late call. But I always say give jacket and Jim boots. Caribbean Airlines did come to the front, as we were asking all the time, and I did advertise. Now they tell you, so at least the local stayovers and them, you still have the opportunity to book your flight for July, August season.
And let me ask you, because as you said, July, August, some stakeholders are actually saying that, yes, they appreciate the additional flights, but it come a little bit too late. People already planned out vacation, and they would have made alternative plans. They find like they could have said this a little bit earlier, because we're in July, President Williams. We are in July as we speak.
And you're correct. It probably they should have said this since in June, so that it give us a heads up. But nevertheless, I still appreciate it, and we know they will be proactive going forward, because now I'm telling them, get ready for Tobago Carnival, because that's going to be a bumper time, and we wouldn't want any issues. So now they can start to say, if we put in 7 for July, August, they're probably going to put 10,000 additional for the Tobago Carnival, the October Carnival, because that's going to be a really, really busy time for us. So as much as was indicated from the hoteliers that most international guests will need time to do their booking, but the locals may take a week or so, and we still have the opportunity to get the domestic tourists across the Tobago, because that was keeping us going now, because our international guests counts are very low now, so we are relying heavily on the Trinidad market to really support us, keep our business running, and that's what we need. We need economic activity, the movement of people, because that's what's going to give us the buzz, that's going to give us the stir and make the commerce happen. Without the movement of people, we will have challenges, much challenges. Hence the reason why we always push to get additional flights. We always push for the port to do what they have to do on the port side, because that's another side as well that move a lot of people.
Of course.
So we hope the port authorities watching what CAL is doing and mirroring it, and ensure that we have all the fast ferries up and running for the August vacation as well as for the carnival season.
Well, it's one thing to get there, President Williams. It's the next thing to find a bed to put your head on. So directly this morning, I want to find out, are there enough beds for the heads, enough accommodation for the influx, especially for carnival? And more so, we know the demand and supply model when it comes to business. Bigger the demand, less the supply, you put the price up, you put a premium on your existing accommodation. Is there going to be a cap? Is there going to be a scenario where people are going to double and triple price and it's going to become a carnival that the average man can't afford? Because that's my fear. That's the standard in Trinidad, unfortunately. That's what happens for Trinidad Carnival. We're not going to call out any establishment, but the room price you're paying in July, it's not the price you're going to pay in February in the heat of Carnival week. What's the business model in Tobago? Firstly, enough beds for the heads, and is the price point going to remain competitive?
I can guarantee you that there will be enough space for all our visitors. I know that our bigger hotels and them have room. Some of them are doing a bit of renovation to ensure that they have additional rooms. The small villas and the Airbnb, they are really ready and excited to accept all the visitors. I mean, it's really a chicken and egg situation. But just as you mentioned, the demand and causes prices, yes, definitely to make some movement. But what I see is a lot of deals happening, Jason. I see for this carnival, I'm seeing a lot of deals online for folks who booking the airfare, who booking the band, and also accommodation. So there's a lot of packages online, and I think from the last meeting we had with the festival committee, and we were looking at packages that we could put together for all the visitors. So I expect it to be very competitive. It won't be no price gouging. It will be very, very competitive so the visitors can enjoy the event, because that's what we want you to do. We want you to enjoy the event so that you can book this on your calendar every year, bring your friends, bring your family, and enjoy Tobago Carnival. So we're not looking at trying to take as much out of you, but we're trying to give you an experience of your life that you never enjoyed before, which is Tobago Carnival.
Yeah, well said. So the bed stock is saying to me there are major entities right now doing renovations as we speak.
Yeah, definitely. They're doing a bit of spooksing up because they will need the additional room, and they were working on it, because we did tell them to meet out with the guests and ensure that the guests have that bit of comfort and make sure the price point is within reasonable reach. And I think most of them are log on and they're really doing that. That's why I expect the attendance to this carnival to be much better than all the years gone by.
Is there, as we look to wrap things up, is there division in the THA that does, let's say, inspection of these rooms? Because I know that would have been a concern for many. Yes, they like the location of this particular guest house or hotel, but when you go into the room, the tiles sweating, AC working, no running water, cockroach around the bed. People would have had issue with some of some of these places started off so nice and then it fall off in terms of the actual upkeep. Is there anybody to check and make sure that it's fit for purpose, as it were?
Well, Jason, that was something that I spoke about last time, and I did tell people that some of their accommodation were 0-star, and hence the reason why we're asking them to do that, because right now the standard is voluntary, it's not mandatory, it's voluntary, and we're asking TTAL, which is the tourism agency. There's an agency that governs that whole thing, and they were trying to give them, as you say, voluntary standard to bring them to at least minimum, let's go minimum 2-star. And so we get to the properties, and we must tell folks what the star rating is all about. And someone here in Star don't know what the star rating, so we want to educate all the folks, even the guests must understand what the star rating is, as well as the hotelers, so that they can bring their property up to that level, so that will be welcome by all guests. So it's something that we're working on, Jason, and I know it's an ongoing conversation, because there are properties on the island that really need to get their act together, get a bit smoking up, and we know for sure. I've been to some of them, and I can tell you that they really need to get their act together, get a bit of smoothing up, especially the larger properties.
President Williams, sincere thanks as always. Great seeing you. We'll touch base soon. All the best.
All right. Take care, Jason, and everyone. Have a good one.
Curtis Williams, Industry and Commerce President there in Tobago, giving us the latest and keeping us in the loop as to all developments via the most beautiful and serene sister island. Let's get ready. Dr. Catherine Minto-Bain, she joins me. Yes, we are treating with IVF, but today, eggs, question and answers. Dr. Catherine Minto-Bain, live next.
At Cruise Inn Hotel and Yachting Center, we're all about time. In fact, once you check in, there's no time to lose. Reconnect with a little family time. Make a splash with some pool time. Spend some treasured quality time. Or just immerse yourself in some quiet time. Indulge your senses at dinner time. We even have the perfect venue when it's your celebration time. So it's high time you visit Cruise Inn. Choose our day pass or call 607-4000 to make your dinner or hotel reservations or to find out more about our event spaces. Take a time out at Cruise Inn Hotel and Yachting Center.
Come to Jimmy Boo Super Serious July Sale for seriously super-sized savings. Get the year's biggest savings yet on textile, curtains, home goods, and much more. Seriously, shop the Super Serious July Sale today at Jimmy Boo in Barataria and Port of Spain.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Period nights don't have to look like this. Move less, wake up to change. So change for a real night's sleep with Always Overnight. Its 3 times protection system absorbs, locks the fluid, and keeps it away from your skin. For protected nights without leaks. Always.
From Trinidad and Tobago to Curacao, experience one of the biggest football weekends in the island's history. But beyond the excitement on the pitch, explore the people, the culture, and the atmosphere that makes Curacao so unique. This Sunday at 6:25 p.m. and catch the repeat on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Only on CNC3. Get the story first. Want to know what's happening in news, sports, or crime? Get the CNC3 app. As the story breaks, CNC3 is there giving you the story first on your mobile device. Be connected to the most trusted and reliable news source, CNC3. Access your world with just a tap. The CNC3 app. Download it today.
Dr. Catherine Minto-Bain is back with me. Again, you know, we didn't see her for a couple of weeks. I know she was treating with some business. I was just reliably informed that she was doing that, but she's back, and by all means, the IVF conversation continues. Very important one. And we are dealing today with eggs. But firstly, let me say a sincere welcome back. I've missed you, Doc. What's going on here? You have to let me know when you're leaving for so long.
JW, it's always such a delight to be here. I was actually in England at one of the top fertility conferences. Very exciting times, lots going on.
What was your biggest takeaway from the conference?
There's some new testing coming out for male infertility, some low-cost testing that will show some really exciting new things. So watch this space for a new test maybe later this year.
Excellent. Keep us in the loop. We're dealing with eggs today, and you know, I was talking to a friend recently, and they said that, you know, over 40, you know, that's a major concern, women becoming pregnant. But she said somebody in her family was able to pull it off. Over 40.
And you know what, I think that's something that we need to talk about because it's not talked about in schools. A woman and her eggs, it's one of the basic building blocks of getting pregnant. So when people come to the fertility clinic, we look at the building blocks, we look at the sperm, we look at a woman's eggs, we look at the woman's body, the womb, we look at the fallopian tubes that bring the eggs and sperm together, and we look at the hormones. But eggs are vital.
And age plays a factor. There's a correlation between your age and the quality and health of the egg.
Huge, huge. And if you look at it as an animal, a human is designed to be having lots of healthy eggs and to be having peak fertility between the ages of about 20 and 32. That's when we're designed to have our babies. And once you get over 32, you begin to see problems with eggs. And I don't think people realize quite how extreme it is, but you get a drop in numbers and you get a drop in quality. You get this double whammy.
How does a woman improve the quality and the quantity of eggs?
Women ask that a lot. They ask, how do I improve the quality of my eggs? Because you're telling me I'm 40 and I only get one good egg a year. And actually that was a big theme at the conference I've just been at. There are lots of new things that people are bringing in to try and improve egg quality. And if you just take a step back and have a look at it, eggs are there from when you were a tiny little baby growing inside your mother, when you were a fetus. Eggs are put inside the ovary then, and you get that number of eggs. That's it. That's all you get. And maybe about 2 million eggs are put in the ovary when you're a tiny fetus growing inside your mother's womb. By the time you're born, half of them are gone. They've died. You're down to about 1 million. And then by the time a girl hits puberty and starts having her periods, she's down to even fewer. And the eggs just die every month. So people ask a lot of questions. They ask, how can I stop the eggs dying? If I go on the birth control pill, can I stop that process? No, you can't. It's biology. It's inevitable. And then this question about how do I improve egg quality?
Yeah, quality.
Nothing has been shown. Not a single thing we have tried.
So nothing to do with diet, exercise, nothing?
You can kill off your eggs more quickly if you smoke and have a poor diet. If you're overweight, your eggs probably don't get looked after as well. If you smoke, the eggs have more damage. But it's really age. It's really what you eat doesn't really get near your eggs. So the supplements that women are taking sold to them as boosting for eggs, boosting egg quality, they don't work. The studies have shown it doesn't get anywhere near the eggs. And this idea that we could get there and rejuvenate the eggs. It's like, can we rejuvenate our skin? Can we look young again? Is there a drug or something that could make everyone young again? That's what we need for eggs, and we don't have it.
Wow, you know, I've seen an acronym come up. I'd love for you to explain what it is. And it's to do with a test. It's called the AMH test.
Yeah.
What's AMH? What does it stand for?
So it's a hormone, anti-Mullerian hormone.
Okay.
Men make it, women make it. It comes from the cells around the egg.
Anti-Mullerian hormone?
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
And it's the best test to tell a woman roughly how many eggs she has left in her ovaries. So it gives you a measure of your egg store. It's a bit like going to your fridge and counting how many eggs you have in the packet. It gives you an idea of the number you have there, but it doesn't tell you whether those eggs will make a baby or not. It has nothing to do with the quality of your eggs.
How does one, what's the process with the test? How does one conduct it?
It's a simple blood test.
Blood test?
Yep, it's a blood test. You get a number. We do it as a starting test for all women coming to the clinic, but it doesn't tell you my eggs will make a baby or not. It just says, okay, well, you've got roughly this number of eggs compared to women of your age. That's kind of in the middle, or that's kind of low for women your age, or that's actually pretty high for women your age. You've got quite a good egg store. But women can have lots of eggs and they won't make a baby.
You know, I'm watching a question here, and it's to treat with somebody who would have been at your conference. And I want to actually say this verbatim. Yes, they're saying here, it's a young woman apparently, and she wants to know whether PCOS and insulin resistance affect egg production or quality. This was probably one of the questions that was posed at SAPA a couple of weeks ago. So they're asking again, PCOS, which I know women go through, young women, and insulin resistance affect egg production and quality.
So it's just been renamed PMOS. Let's be the first to announce that in Trinidad. It's no longer PCOS, it's now PMOS, because it's a metabolic syndrome. It's not just cysts on the ovary.
So
it affects
PMOS?
PMOS is what we now call it. New name, new world, but it's exactly the same thing. It's just that this condition is related to genetics that make your body not respond to insulin very well. That, yes, it affects the ovaries, and so your eggs are in there, but they don't come out as often as women who don't have PMOS. So it causes a problem with your eggs not coming out very regularly, but it doesn't affect egg numbers or egg quality. And actually, women with PMOS tend to have higher egg stores than other women. So we use the AMH blood test now to diagnose it. And interestingly, men can have a condition that looks very much like PCOS. So we're now looking at the male side. Can men have this condition too? Yes, they can. They can have insulin resistance. So it's a metabolic condition now that includes, for some women, not all that have it, a problem having babies.
You know, I've also heard the term of freezing the egg. Well, I mean, you know, you hear that terminology. Could you elaborate as to what that entails and if that's an option?
So you can freeze eggs or sperm and hold on to them for the future. We do that for cancer. It was more difficult to freeze eggs in years gone by, and it was sperm are very easy to freeze. But now egg vitrification is done very easily. It's not research anymore. It's a great tool to use. So we do it for cancer patients who are going to lose their eggs if they're having chemotherapy. But young women now in their 20s and 30s are thinking, I'm not sure if I want a baby. And I understand what Dr. Bain is saying. By the time I hit 40, I won't have many eggs left, and they won't be very good at making babies. So let me freeze some eggs now as an insurance policy so that I've got young eggs of mine to use when maybe I hit 45. Because at 45, you can have a baby with your own eggs, but it's only 1 in 1,000 women will get that. It's very rare.
And the egg can stay frozen for, I mean, we're talking years, decades.
Yep. It doesn't go off like food in a freezer. It's, you know, it lasts for as long as you want to keep it. Sperm has been frozen for 22 years for a cancer patient and made a beautiful normal baby.
Any closing remarks, Doc, as you know, as we look to wrap up this very important conversation?
I think that it's important to think about your age. I think most people don't understand that age is so important for guys, absolutely, but for women wanting a baby, when you're in your late 30s, heading towards 40, it's getting more difficult. And when you are in your 40s, yes, there are some people around who've had babies, and some of them are using egg donation through fertility clinics. It's not always natural babies. Don't believe what you see on the internet with all of these actresses and celebrities showing off their baby at 49, 50. The vast majority, in fact, pretty much all of them would have used an egg donor or stored eggs when they were younger. There's a huge drop-off in egg quality with age, so get testing early. If you're wanting a baby and you're in your 40s, come into the fertility clinic straight away. Age is just not your friend. You don't have time on your side.
Dr. Catherine Minto-Bain touching base with us this morning. As we look to wrap things up, I want to extend all the best to you with the semifinals later. Yes.
I'm an England fan. Yes, absolutely. I'm there with my England team. So,
yeah, so it's going to be
positivity.
An interesting one. Of course, positivity indeed. And great to see you. Welcome back.
JW, I look forward to next time.
Indeed. God spare, we're going to do it again next week. We want to continue with the program, but what we will deal with when we come back is our weather report. So Goni, she got you covered.
Textbooks, screens, late nights. Your eyes work hard through every class, exam, project, and deadline. Ferrara Optical has eyewear specifically designed to reduce eye strain so nothing holds your learning back. For a limited time, youth get a free frame with lenses from just $495. Scholars get frame and lenses starting at only $750. And lifelong learners save up to 30% off your purchase of advanced lenses like Eisen and Transitions. Less strain, more focus. Your vision without limits. Visit Ferrara Optical in store today. This promotion is NLCB approved.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488 or visit our website to order. Surfside Pool and Leisure is an exclusive distributor of Hayward Pool products in Trinidad and Tobago. We stock industry-leading pumps, high-performance filters, pool chemicals, and sanitizers to keep your pool performing at its best. When it's time to relax, explore our range of floats, loungers, toys, and pool accessories designed for the perfect backyard experience. Visit us 150 Boundary Road, San Juan, 78 SS Aaron Road, San Fernando. Top brands, expert advice, trusted service. Call 235-7665.
Well, yesterday was way better compared to Monday. We had brilliant sunshine for at least most of the day. I was able to put some shoes and clothes out to dry, you know. I couldn't do that Monday at all. So let's get the latest via our weather report, not only for today, but I guess Suguni might give us a little indication as to how things are looking even probably tomorrow and the rest of the week. Suguni, she's up next with your weather report.
Hi there, I'm Sigoni Mohammed with your daily dose of weather. Looks like we're in for some dry, dull, and dusty conditions as a moderate concentration of Saharan dust right now taking over the Atlantic is pushing well into the eastern Caribbean island chain. And that means for us in Trinidad and Tobago, we'll see a reduction in visibility and also in air quality over the next 24-hour period. But we can still also look out for some quick passing showery activity in the forecast. In between all of this brilliant sunshine today, we could still see some partly cloudy pockets developing, and with it a light shower or two across varying areas. Now, temperature-wise, we will be in the steamy range, so look out for high temperatures approaching 33 degrees Celsius at times, but our feels like temperatures will be wickedly warm in the upper 30s. A light breeze will be coming into play as well, but not enough to keep you cool, unfortunately. If that's enough to take you to the beaches today, well, we'll be looking out for winds from an east-northeast to east-southeasterly direction. Waves will remain moderate at this time, but take note, spring tide is very much in effect, so you need to exercise a bit of caution when you're venturing offshore, especially during our high tide times. You want to take extra care as we look out for abnormal highs and lows during this forecast period. And with that said, hey, that's a look at your forecast. That's it from me.
Thank you, Sigoni. 11 minutes moving up to 8 o'clock. Let's get into some housekeeping. As always, ways to contact us, ways to put in the request to sit with me live or to join me on the Zoom line. Yes, it's up on the screen. Take a note, or you can take out your phone. Take out your phone if you don't have no pen and paper close, man. Just take a picture. That's the email address. tmb@cnc3.co.tt, the official outlet. That's the channel to put in your request so we could touch base live. Or as mentioned on the Zoom line, you know, if you can't make it live, the technology is here, so we're good to go. Let's head across to the social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, and X at CNC3 News, Instagram at CNC3 Television, Facebook and X at CNC3 TV, hashtag TMB. I get lots of information on the social media feed, and I can safely say via the app, you know. Yeah, real talk. You see this app? It is your #1 source for verified breaking news, all your content. On-demand programming details, readily available. Good stuff. And let's head to the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, the foundation, the legacy, the stalwart. What they call you a stalwart. Don't mean you're old, you know. It means you're respected, you're part of the fabric, you're an institution, and that's what we are. We've been doing this for 108 years. Tell me who's doing it longer now? Well, I guess probably the Catholic News, because they are around for 100 and, well, I mean, I remember the lady said 100 and rocker ages, yes, like a real long time. So kudos to them. But those are the two papers that's been around for a long, long time. Let's head now to our food for thought. We call this something to think about. Let's read together. Delete the negative, accentuate the positive. Delete the negative. Now, easier said than done, huh? Human nature is one, and I've experienced it. Huh? Myself and Blaze, I recall we were performing Palance that year, that now come out 2010. And we in, I think, Mocha, mashing up the place, huh? The whole crowd moving left or right is bacchanal in the place. We're talking here in the heights of it. I mean, people having a time. And there was one person at the front of the stage with the face serious like a judge and doing me and Blaze so, you know, thumbs down and go from here and all this again. You know, there was mounted it now. It's like, as a human being now, I mean, the majority, everybody else having a time, but there's one person not feeling it, and you know your mind studying this person. You know, you're watching them, you're like, what's going on with this person, boy? And you're off stage and all studying, but what we do that person? And then I realized that, you know what, that's life, and you can never please everyone, and there will always be well, I mean, there's constructive criticism, but there are people who just not on you, they'll fight you down, and that's part of it too, and you have to embrace all that and keep it pushing. You can't go home and study that. You can't let that be the determining factor or the takeaway from any scenario. You know, so, and I saw that just now, then my mind went back to that particular memory. But you know, you mature, and I'm able to deal with those things much better now. I remember back then I said, "Me, I'm studying well. How come, boy? You know, what happened?" That's life. It's part of it. So delete the negative, accentuate the positive. Great advice as we work our way to the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to take a final pause, and we come back to officially wrap things up. See you soon.
Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung, and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2, Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services.
Meet baby Max and his friends. Growing up strong means getting the right nutrients. That's where Astamin C comes in, packed with essential amino acids and vitamin C to support healthy growth, brain development, strong bones and muscles, better immunity, and appetite in picky eaters. Just 7 drops a day in milk, juice, or directly by mouth. Simple, effective, and nutrient-rich. Give your little one the boost they need to thrive. Astamin C, healthy growth made easy. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
The Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ, teaching the truth about God's people, God's plans, and the secrets of God, all written within the pages of the Holy Bible, which is the Word of God. Watch The Hidden Truth every Thursday at 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. on CNC3.
Welcome back. Before we wrap things up, we want to step into a segment we haven't done for quite a while, but we want to bring it today to celebrate a second birthday. It's your birthday, Brew. We want to say congratulations to Kejane, who celebrated yesterday. Lots of love and all the best. And we're talking here tremendous blessings from Mom. That's Shameen, yes. And your aunties Palm and Leah. That's young Kejane. Look at Kejane now, all fashionable with the denim and the little strap bag. Yes. Well done, Kejane. With the little bubbles and the little hairstyle. You know, it's a real blessing, you know. The youth and the generation, but I tell you, we have to protect them, you know. We have to ensure we give them the battle in a winning position. So, Kejane, all the best. Happy second birthday. Let's head to the traffic cam. Yui, traffic is moving. But what I'm happy about is that blue sky is nice and bright outside, and school is closed, as you know. So traffic wouldn't be as hectic. You know, I mean, yes, there would be some traffic, but it's not the, you know, that rush hour, 8 o'clock, people rushing to drop the child off to school. So that's Yui on the Eastern Main Road. Any more from the traffic cam? I guess not. I want to, yes, so we want to treat, as always, with the traffic, just let you know that, you know, we got you covered. And we have, as you know, the billboards, and next to the billboard, we actually got cameras, and this is across the country from Point Fortin to the highway to down on that Audrey Jeffers. Yeah, Audrey Jeffers Highway. Let's pull up Audrey Jeffers one time. Get that. Nice and quiet, cool. I'm just happy, again, blue skies above, and the grass is back out in its full glory. You remember a couple of months ago, everywhere that was green was black. Man, burn out the grass, this slash and burn method we're still using, terrible. You know, on the reggae tip, in terms of the music, I heard yesterday of the passing of a strong reggae voice, Fantan Moja. For those who know their music and know their reggae, you will be familiar with his music and familiar with his brand, his face. He's one that performed here in Trinidad a couple of times. Can't recall if I ever met Fantan and interviewed him, but I know he was one of those guys that was a real advocate for the roots and culture. Fantan Moja, no more. But he left us with great music, his art that we will enjoy for many, many years. Rest in peace to Fantan Moja. I tell you. You know, when it comes to the show, we try to, as always, blend the current affairs with the politics. We speak to the leaders of industry. We treat with the economics. But you know me, I'm part of that entertainment fraternity, is still very much active in the space, and I always ensure, and myself and the producer Nikisha, that we put the little information out. And I mean, what's life without music? What's life without art and poetry and the creative cycle that keeps life and keeps us young and interested and just happy and excited. So thanks for always appreciating what we bring to the table. And with that, we'll make our exit and get ready for tomorrow. God spare back right here to treat with more via the Morning Brew. Have a great day, TNT, and a safe day. All the best.